Hello, I'm Mr. Carl, and I bring you stories from out of the past. Welcome to Baker Street. This is the study of Mr. Sherlock Holmes, the great consulting detective, and his colleague, Dr. John Watson. Today, you may be very familiar with the 4 novels and the 56 short stories that Sir Arthur Conan Doyle wrote about the great detective, but you may not know that Sir Arthur Conan Doyle wrote another story about Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson. In the years 1921 to 1924, the country of Great Britain was abuzz and busy in preparing a great gift for their beloved Queen Mary, wife of the reigning King George V. Mary was a great collector of miniatures, especially miniature Fabergé eggs and animals. Her great childhood friend, Marie Louise, the granddaughter of Queen Victoria, had the idea of preparing a dollhouse in which to house this collection. In order to finish this dollhouse, she contacted the artisans, the greatest artisans and designers and authors of Great Britain at that time. 171 authors were contacted. One of the authors was Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. So in answer to the plea, he penned a small book, much like the one that I have here. Today, I am going to read the story that he wrote for that doll's house. Now, my eyes are not as adept as they used to be, so I am going to read a transcript. But without further ado, let me present how Watson learned the trick. Watson had been watching his companion intently ever since he had sat down to the breakfast table. Holmes happened to look up and catch his eye. "Well, Watson, what are you thinking about?" he asked. "About you." "Me?" "Oh, yes, Holmes. I was thinking how superficial are those tricks of yours, and how wonderful it is that the people should continue to show interest in them." "I quite agree," said Holmes. "In fact, I have a recollection that I have myself made such a similar remark." "Your methods," said Watson severely, "are really easily acquired." "No doubt," Holmes answered with a smile. "Perhaps you will yourself give an example of this method of reasoning." "With pleasure. I am able to say that you were greatly preoccupied when you got up this morning." "Excellent," said Holmes. "How could you possibly know that?" "Because you are usually a very tidy man, and yet you have forgotten to shave." "Dear me, how very clever," said Holmes. "I had no idea, Watson, that you were so apt a pupil. Has your eagle eye detected anything else?" "Oh, yes, Holmes. You have a client named Barlow, and you have not been successful in his case." "Dear me, how could you know that?" "Well, I saw the name outside his envelope. When you opened it, you gave a groan and thrust it into your pocket with a frown on your face." "Admirable. You are indeed observant. Any other points?" "Well, I fear, Holmes, that you have taken to financial speculation." "How could you tell that, Watson?" "Well, you opened the paper, turned to the financial page, and gave a loud exclamation of interest." "Well, That is very clever of you, Watson. Any more? Yes, Holmes, you have put on your black coat instead of your dressing gown, which proves that you are expecting some important visitor at once. Anything more? I have no doubt that I could find other points, Holmes, but I only give you these few in order to show you that there are other people in the world who can be as clever as you are. And some not so clever, said Holmes. I admit that they are few, but I am afraid, my dear Watson, that I must count you among them. What do you mean, Holmes? Well, my dear fellow, I fear your deductions have not been as happy as I would have wished. You mean that I was mistaken? Just a little that way, I fear. Let us take the points in their order. I did not shave because I have sent my razor to be sharpened. I put on my coat because I have worse luck, an early meeting with my dentist. His name is Barlow, and the letter was to confirm the appointment. The cricket page is beside the financial page, and I turned to it to find if Surrey was holding its own against Kent. But go on, Watson, go on. It's a very superficial trick, and no doubt you will soon acquire it. Well, I hope you enjoyed that story. I hope to see you again very soon for more stories from out of the past.